Even from LegitTechTutorials, and we are on Java tutorial number. We are on number 9. So this is beginning Java 9, and we are going to be going over array and array lists. Now we're going to be doing more of array lists and just a little bit of arrays, because arrays are mostly used in other languages. We have array lists, so we're going to use that instead for Java. So what is an array list? Arrays and array lists are basically containers filled with multiple objects of different values of the same type. So, for example, you could have a large list of numbers of integers, right? You could have 2, 4, 6, 15, 64, or whatever, right? And those are in one list, and you could go through that list and do whatever you want with that. Also, you could be more advanced and have a list of objects like we did on classes, right? You construct an object. So, for example, we could have a full list of employees, right? And then do with employees however we feel like, and then sort them or whatever we want to do. So we're back here at tests, and we are going to just delete all this stuff that's in here except for scanner. So let's say we want to create a list. Basically all you have to do is you do double, or you do like int, and then you just do 2 brackets, and that's saying that you want an array. Now we're going to go over how to create an array list in a little bit. We're just going to touch into array because array is similar to array list, and then you can just call it whatever. This is the identifier. And then we're just going to say new double, right, or new int array. And then here you're going to have the number of how many things are inside the array. So here we're going to say we're going to have 4 values. So we're going to say value 1. So arrays aren't like our number system. The first value is 0, not 1. Your first value is 0. 0 is the first place, is a starting point inside of an array and array list. Everything in PC starts at 0, and in programming starts at 0. So we're going to say value 0 equals 1. Value, yeah, should be right. Okay, it's good. Value 1 equals 2. Value, so on and so forth. 2 equals 3. Value 3 equals 4. Now that's 4 values, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if it goes up to 4. I'm pretty sure it's only 4, 0 starting, so we should have no problem. So we should be able to run it and not have any errors, which we don't. So now let's just have it output. So we're going to say system.out.println, and then we're just going to do this here, copy, and then get rid of this here, and then add a plus, delete, 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 get rid of this, add a plus, delete, 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 get rid of this, add a plus, and then delete this, and then close this, and it should display all those numbers, right? It should also, you could also do something else to count through, but we don't use arrays. Arrays are primitives, as you see, you just type it in there, it pops up. Not a good deal. Arrays are used mainly in C and C++. We're going to be using our array lists. So array lists are objects. Let me show you. It's basically the same thing back and forth, but let's say array, a type of array list. So it's basically a class, right? That someone already wrote that we don't have to worry about. And then you do these brackets, you do these diamond, right? So let's say we want strings, and we want names equals new array list, and then string. And that's how you create a new array list. Similar to the other one, except for this one's dynamic. You don't have to tell it, and you're gonna probably want to have to import. Sorry, I messed up there. Import the package here, and then you're gonna do names, and then you have a very simple thing where you could just do add. You just add at the end, and the cool thing is, like I said, you don't have to. This is called a dynamic list, where the size changes according to what you have in it. So it's really quite good. But sometimes it could use up a lot of resources, especially memory. So that's why people usually use the other one. But in this case, this one's a lot better, so we use it in this case. Not unless we're exactly sure what's going to be in there, then we'll use array. If we're not sure, we'll use Arraylist. So you do names.add, and then let's say, Steven, names.add, I'll say like M. And let's say we want to do names.add bad name. And then let's say we do names dot, and then we could do just dot remove. And then we say that's the index number 3. Actually, that's the index number, so it's 0, 1, 2. So that's 2. And then let's say, so we want to get rid of that, and then let's say we do system.out.println. We just do names.get. Let's say we want to get let's say we want to get the M. So we do names.1. And then plus, and then we want a space. So we're going to just add a string in there. This is like the quick, cheapo way to do it. Just add a string in the middle there with a space in it. And then you do names.get 2, and then you're good. Or names.get 0, index 0. Which is, so it's going to display M first, and then it's going to display the first digit of my last name, and then the first digit, and then my first name. And there you go. So that's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Let's see what else we got. You could also get the size of it. So you do names. So you could do go here, and you do system.out.println. You do names.size, and returns the size. And in this case, we'll be able to output it and see what that says. So we have 2. Now 2 is saying, it's obviously 3, because it's saying it goes up to index number 2. So that's where you could get wrong. So you basically have to do the 2 plus 1 is how many actual pieces you have in there, but it goes up to index 2. So you could use that 2 to do if statements, right? So because most of the time your index starts at 0, that's why I usually always equals 0. So you'll always use a 2. But if for your logic, for human logic, it's 3 in there, not only 2 elements. It's 3 of them. 0, 1, and 2. And then you could change it. You could do, I want to do names.set 2, and then change it to what, so index number 2, I'm going to change, actually I want to do index number 1, and I want to change that into last name, or first name. So basically what's going to happen is that it's going to change M to say first name, and then it's going to display this first and then this, which is going to look like that. So that's basically how to do array lists. Now we're going to go over a lot of different things to sort, go through and do some sort of comparison, right, to see anything in there that to check we're going to put in an object like employee, and we could use that to sort through and get a specific name, look for a string instead of look for the index value. So we're going to do loops through to search the array to get certain things, and this is what they would do for data. Servers search queries on servers, right? Things like that on websites, they would use a similar thing, except for they would probably be using JavaScript instead of Java. But in this case, what else do we got in here? So here is another. I guess I'll go over this, how to. I guess that would be more for the next one as well. How to loop through to add them in. I'm just gonna go over here all the stuff that you could do. So that's how you get it. You get the size. Let's say you wanted to do get the last one. So if you want to get the last element, you say names.get, sorry, names.size, and then you just do names.size, and it should get so you do names, sorry, you do names.get, and then you do names.size. Oh, this is I can't remember exactly what the word is for this, but it's basically inputting something else inside something else. So I misspelled this. So basically you do names.get, and it gets the index, and I'm looking for the end index here, and this returns an int, so the int gets passed into this one and it does something. So that's, you get used to that. I don't know exactly what the technical word is for that, not like it matters too much, but see, so index size 2, range check unknown. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, because this is 0, 1, 2, this is 2, so it is just -1. But the problem is that it didn't do, because I removed that part. So let's say if I got rid of this, it should return that last one. Yeah, so it is -1. And that gets the last element, which is bad name. So that's basically the stuff. So also you could do the whole thing if you want to output the whole thing. So if you want to output the whole thing, you just do name. You just do names. And then you run it, and it prints it out. Really nice. See, it just shows you exactly what's in there. Really good. And so this one was pretty quick. Just showed you all the stuff that all the ways to use to create a list. So we're only going to be using Arraylist. We're not going to be using any arrays, just because the Arraylist is a lot better in my case. It's got a lot better interface here, and it's a lot easier to remember. Well, of course, array is a little bit easier to remember, but this one is more intuitive, especially for learners. Later on, all the other languages use arrays, so you're going to get hammered with arrays. So arrays are a good thing to learn. Right now, we'll just do Arraylist, and then I'll probably step back into arrays later on when we want speed rather than convenience. Right now, we want convenience. Later on, we're going to be going towards more speed and to go through things quicker. So we're going to want to go for more array to get that speed and to get the RAM level low, so we could use RAM for other things. For other lists, we'll have multiple lists in one thing. Instead of just one, we'll have like maybe 3 or 4. So this is how you add stuff to Arraylist. We have add, set, we saw remove, we saw printing, we saw getting the end, we saw how to print only certain ones, and how to create it. So this is a constructor here, and this is strings, so you could also do ints, or you could do doubles, or you could do objects, which we're going to do next. So we'll move on to the next one. That is number 10, which is list problem solving, array list problem solving, and you'll learn a lot more in that one. So stay tuned. This has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials. Stay tuned for my next beginning Java 10, and for future videos and future series. Subscribe to my channel, and I would like to thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Take it easy.